The Holy Relic Management team actually pulls off the impossible, retrieving the stake of faith from somewhere dangerous. Flags are waving, the sun is shining, it feels like a victory lap. But don't get comfy, things are about to get wild. The head of the Temple of Light hears about a dragon lord and is straight up giddy, more opportunities for power, apparently. Meanwhile, the legal team is gathering intel, and they've picked up a rumor about the Blue Dragon Slayer. That's a problem. Gertrude and her knights investigate Olden's disappearance, but they end up locked in an underground prison. Talk about a bad day at work. Someone's racking their brain about what to do with the fact that Olden was a Tardaris worshipper, and they took him out. They announce Olden's death, expecting complaints. However, the Fourth Parish and House Lasker send Reeves to congratulate them. What? This dude thinks everyone will back down once they realize the temple's power. He's confident, but is he right? Someone's talking about how frightening all this is, but honestly, this dude had it coming. They're expecting a power play, but the other houses are just playing it safe until they figure out the temple's next move. Lucien's commander is getting desperate, yelling for help, but things are about to get way stranger. Turns out this whole situation is super unusual. A smiling woman shows up right as everything goes south. Then an angel appears and gives Lucien a revelation, like out of nowhere. It's been a while since that happened. The angel hands him a letter, and Lucien's all like, this is a gift from the goddess, but something feels off. He thinks he just imagined something the angel said, but he's about to realize exactly what's going on. The letter unleashes a crazy burst of light. The goddess's emissary is descending with a divine item. No way. Lucien's reading the letter, and it's all about Zephyr being a gift, but there's a secret hidden within its words. Someone's delivering the letter to Lucien's guardian angel, but only because a dragon keeps bribing them with ribs. Dragon is not impressed with Lucien's writing. Apparently, he's a terrible author. Can you believe it? But the dragon offers to fix it for 3 more helpings of ribs, of course. This dude is playing hardball. Lucien's getting a message from his father through Zephyr, and it's a big deal. Apparently, the Duke wants him on this mission. But Lucien straight up refuses to take orders, insisting he's only helping out of the goodness of his heart, which is kinda sus. He's all about his own objectives, and honestly, we're here for that independent energy. Lucien takes a step forward and things get intense. The other guys are clearly shocked by his confidence. They're questioning his motives, pointing out he'd have abandoned the search for the tarantula if he found anything. Zephyr backs him up, saying Lucien's different, but it's clear these guys are still skeptical. Then the story takes a dark turn. They ran into a problem, and the Elf Queen's blessing didn't work. But it wasn't a curse, apparently. They had to use a truth serum on Lucien's sister to find clues. Even with the serum, she didn't know where the tarantula is, which means this enemy is seriously elusive. And just when you thought things couldn't get worse, the story cuts to black. What's going to happen next? Lucien's making a deal, help with this raid, and they'll help him find whoever messed up his life. Now, before the meeting starts, they're introducing a new member to the raid party. No way. This new guy, Erdios, is a disciple of Blade Master John Howe, the most powerful of the 10 great warriors. Erdios is flexing hard, claiming he has his master's sword, Requiem, as proof of his power. Erdios spills his backstory. His master died, and she made him promise to help Princess Altair. He's here to fulfill her wishes, and honestly, that feels kinda suspicious to me. But the party members are clearly impressed. Erdios is a serious powerhouse, and they need all the help they can get. Erdios' face is intense. He's definitely not messing around, and he's got a single-minded focus. And just when you think you know where this is going, a mysterious figure steps forward. It's Princess Altair herself, and she's radiating power. This is about to get real. Okay, so Lucien lays it all out. He wants Erdios to be Lord Zephyr's apprentice, straight up. Erdios agrees immediately, but his eyes narrow. Something's definitely off with this dude. He's thinking about how he could have made a bigger entrance if he'd arrived earlier for the Blue Dragon raid. Erdios is already plotting how to gain influence within the raid party. Ambitious much. He's frustrated he missed the chance to impress everyone at the start, but he'll find a way. However, he's still calculating, and this dude is definitely hiding something under that calm exterior. Okay, so there's this skill called Angel's Embrace, and it's straight up a health check, but with slug antennas on the healer's back. The healer wraps someone in an embrace and scans their health, declaring them totally good to go, no problem. But here's the thing, it's part of the raid party application process, and this dude is not enjoying the antenna check. The healer is loving life, though she's calling these raid members rare specimens she can study, and it's a little creepy. One of the warriors tries to escape the embrace, but the healer is holding on tight, and he's getting tossed around like a rag doll. This dude is roaring, trying to get away, but the healer just doesn't let go, and he's gone in 3 seconds flat. Then the smiling woman shows up, and our boy tries to use a mind control skill on her, hoping to recruit her to the party. He meets all the requirements, gets close, maintains eye contact, but the skill doesn't work, which is seriously weird. Turns out the skill is called Elf Queen's Blessing, a watered-down version of the real deal, and it only works on one person at a time. However, it failed against the smiling woman for some reason, and that's a huge red flag because something is definitely up with her. Okay, so the healer is tapping her chin, thinking out loud. She straight up thinks the smiling woman is a little cracked. The smiling woman looks down, a single tear rolling down her cheek, but she's not sad, she's calculating something. The healer explains that if someone loses a finger, they can reattach it, but if it was severed years ago, healing magic won't work. She's thinking about the smiling woman and how long ago something might have happened to her, and it's seriously creepy. Turns out the smiling woman is locked in a dungeon, and she's been there a long time, chained to the wall. The healer realizes if she's been living with an old injury, her perception of reality might be totally warped. The smiling woman's eyes flash yellow and she's laughing. It's not a good laugh, bro, it's menacing. She's seeing them all differently, like they aren't even human, and the visual is absolutely terrifying. Now someone is running toward the dungeon, desperate to get to the smiling woman. But the smiling woman grabs him, and honestly, this dude is in big trouble. Okay, so flashback time, 13 years ago, our boy is on a ship sailing through a massive storm. The ship is getting tossed around like a toy, and it's straight up chaos as waves crash over the deck. No way, the ship is splitting apart, and people are flying into the water. This dude gets swept overboard, and it's a total freefall into the freezing ocean. He's sinking fast, surrounded by wreckage, and honestly, it looks pretty hopeless. Everything goes dark and he's completely submerged. No light, no air, just cold water. His body feels like it's on fire and he can't see a thing, but he's still desperately trying to survive. He's flailing, fighting against the current, but it's a losing battle, bro. And just when you think it can't get worse, the world fades to black. This dude is gone. He finally opens them to a massive, shadowy figure looming over him. Talk about a rude awakening. Someone tells him he can only see silhouettes, but they'll fix his vision. Sounds kinda sus, right? Turns out this is when he first meets his master, and we're diving into his backstory now. Every day, his master makes him smell incense and teaches him an Eastern language, so it's a routine. We get a close-up of the calligraphy they're learning. It looks complicated, but our boy is focused. He's meditating, trying to find some peace, but it's clear he's still haunted by whatever happened before. But it's a flashback within a flashback. This story is getting layers and it's intense. He stares into a mirror, but all he sees are monstrous figures with glowing eyes. It's a total mind trip. Our boy is straight up broken, saying he's had it with living among monsters and desperately misses his little brother. Here's the kicker, he doesn't even remember his brother's name or face, just that they probably look alike. He wonders if his brother even looks human now, and honestly, that's a messed up thought. Flashback time, he recalls doing absolutely everything his master told him, reciting verses without question. He's asking himself how things got this way, why everything feels off, and if his master even cares anymore. The image gets even more disturbing, monsters surrounding a face, and the words to eat something flash across the screen. He's spiraling, realizing how strange everything has become, and it's a seriously creepy reveal. Someone mentions a procedure and it's all shadowy and mysterious. What is even going on? But the master just brushes it off, and it's clear this whole situation is way more complicated than it seems. This dude is having a total breakdown, realizing his special sense isn't just boosted senses, it's warped. He's detailing exactly how this sense works: smell, taste, visual perception, but it's all off the charts. He focuses on a single point, the cheekbone, and can pinpoint its exact location with terrifying accuracy. Everything around him is shimmering and rippling, and words are flashing, but he's locking onto the target. He's describing the direction, the distance, 2 inches in at 8 o'clock. It's seriously creepy and precise. But wait, there's more. He sees a glimmer in the eye like a pinpoint of light, and it's messing with his head. He's piecing it all together, realizing those who survive these trials end up with this messed up ability. Another dude shows up looking all smug, and it's clear he's got this warped sense too. Talk about a bad omen. Okay, so our boy just got powered up, and straight up he's thinking he needs a partner now. Smooth move. He's all like, I want an attractive partner, but really he wants someone he can control. Honestly, kinda creepy. Things get weird fast. She's practically offering herself as his trophy, licking his hand and everything. But hold up, this isn't a romance, bro. He grabs her and starts demanding she spill what's going on. No way, she's got a massive centipede spirit thing inside her, and he wants it OUT like now. The centipede spirit bursts out, and it's terrifying, surrounded by crazy energy and ancient symbols. He's unleashing a massive attack, and she's visibly trembling under the force of it. This is intense. However, the spirit is pushing back, and she's getting absolutely wrecked by the backlash of power. And then, bam, the spirit merges with her, and she's basically glowing with raw, chaotic energy. It's a full-on power-up, but it looks incredibly painful, and honestly, this dude might be in over his head. She's reeling from the power-up, but straight up, she's furious and starts laying into him with everything she's got. He's trying to block, but she's a whirlwind of attacks, and he's getting pushed back, taking a beating. But wait, he's remembering something, a past life. It seems he's been through this before. He realizes they're almost done, and he's desperately trying to convince her they can be together, like now. She's not buying it for a second, and she's straight up accusing him of only wanting to use her. No way. She unleashes another massive attack, and it's brutal. He's getting slammed into everything. However, he manages to shield himself, but she's not finished, and it's clear she's totally unhinged. He's offering her a chance for Ned's sake, but honestly, it sounds like a threat more than a genuine offer. She's seething, and this dude is clearly playing with fire, but she's got a plan brewing. And just when you think it's over, she's declaring everything he wanted was just to use and discard her. She's waking up, and some kind of power is surging through her. It's intense, bro. A wave of energy blasts outward, and the place is falling apart around them. Seriously. He's moving, heading towards the ruins, but she's already got a plan, it seems. She's confronting him, asking if he's done, and she's not looking happy about it at all. She's got a serious death glare and is accusing him of wanting to fix her just to get rid of her. He tries to explain, saying she's Ned's family and they need to help her, but she's not hearing it. She's laying down the law. She'll make him pay for all the trouble she caused, and it's icy. She's casually mentioning that she passed out, like it's no big deal, while he's looking worried. He's all stunned, and she's just standing there looking down on him, honestly so smug. Her hair is flowing, and she's got this intense look on her face. She's definitely up to something. He wants to move on, to not worry about her, but straight up admits he didn't even want to see her. But he changes his mind, deciding against it because of Ned, but then gets scared of what she might do if he doesn't kill her. He'd rather never have met her, and she overhears everything, smirking like she knew it all along. She's furious, and her rage is building. No way is she letting him think he can just control her. She's laying into him, saying she never understood him, not even when he died. This is getting intense. She's demanding to know why he stayed with the Tard Aris worshippers after learning the truth, and he's reeling. He asks what he even meant to her, desperate for any kind of answer, but it's a loaded question. Now he realizes he can't even ask that anymore. The moment's passed, and he knows it. The scene cuts to flames, and it's clear this confrontation has left them both completely broken. Okay, so she just slaps the shoe off his foot, like full-on out of nowhere. Our boy is totally caught off guard. The shoe goes flying, bouncing off the stone walls, and he's left standing there, completely bewildered, asking what the heck is going on. He looks down and realizes she's barefoot, like completely barefoot, and the realization hits him hard. She's calmly putting the shoe on, and he's just staring, totally lost, and honestly, it's kinda creepy. She's getting closer, and he's backing up, but then the shoe is on, and she's walking towards him with a weird smile. Each step she takes is making his heart pound. The ball bump sounds are literally on the page. It's so dramatic. She's right in his face now, and his eyes are wide with shock. She's enjoying this way too much. She's finally putting his foot into the shoe, and he's frozen, unable to react. This is so awkward and tense. She finishes and her face is right next to his and she's smirking. This is a power play straight up. Her expression is so smug like she's won and he's utterly defeated. Bro, this is a disaster. She grabs his foot and he flinches, like a legit jump back reaction, no way. But the touch isn't aggressive, it's in checking for something. However, he's totally freaked out by it. Okay, so meet Polaris, first prince in total golden boy. Apparently everyone adores this dude. But there's a second prince who's always sick and never seen in public, which is convenient, honestly. Someone's clearly talking trash about Polaris, saying all that noble star stuff is just an act. Polaris is questioning who the Tardaris worshippers are, and things are already getting tense. You can feel it. He's got a plan, though. Polaris snaps his fingers, like he's about to pull off something huge. Suddenly, a door creaks open and Polaris is walking into what looks like a party, but it's super unsettling. He strides in and everyone goes silent, staring at him. Talk about making an entrance. Two blonde guys are looking at him and one of them looks pissed. This is getting good. A gust of wind blows through and these little girls with flower crowns are totally freaking out. The wind is getting stronger and the girls are screaming. Something is definitely about to go down. Polaris is straight up losing it. He's asking if these kids are children. He's commanding the kids to raise like he's conducting some creepy choir, and they obey instantly. The kids start singing and it's all magical and sparkly, but something feels seriously off about this whole scene. A white-haired dude appears looking down on them and the music swells. It's a dramatic entrance for sure. This white-haired guy is giving off major "I'm about to cause trouble" vibes. Polaris looks like he's about to explode. He declares he's doing this on behalf of all these children, but Polaris doesn't buy it for a second. Polaris is glaring and accuses him of having ulterior motives. This dude is not messing around. Polaris claps, but it's a sarcastic, dismissive clap. He's calling this guy a liar and demanding answers. He's demanding to know what the real meaning of all this is, and the tension is thick, I'm telling you. Polaris is seriously ticked off, and honestly, this dude had it coming. Okay, so Lord Zephyr is laying down the law about dungeon loot, appraisals, reporting, the whole 9 yards. But he casually drops that using the Black Dragon heart doesn't count against your reported earnings. Suspicious, right? Polaris is immediately onto it, pointing out the appraisal amount for the heart was 0. This dude is cooking the bucks. Zephyr tries to play it off like any item can be gifted away after the reporting is done, but Polaris isn't buying it. He's saying using the heart is unavoidable before reporting, which just feels like a loophole to avoid taxes. Polaris is absolutely losing it, eyes glowing red, screaming that this is a false report, and honestly, good for him. Zephyr's all shocked like, oh no, someone figured it out, but then immediately starts laughing hysterically. He claims it's not him, naturally other people, while cackling this guy is straight up a villain. Zephyr starts grandstanding about material wealth not mattering compared to the goddess's will. Talk about a deflection. Another lord is all I know. Zephyr is a good guy, but is clearly wondering where this is going, and same, bro, same. Zephyr goes straight to the king, begging for leniency, claiming this whole situation is a divine matter, beyond their control. He claims he asked the king to withhold legal action against himself, and then starts listing all the powerful people who signed off on it. Our boy got the cardinal vicar to sign in place of the missing bishop, and says all of it was approved by the goddess herself. He's painting this picture of a selfless act, saying he saved everyone without expecting a reward. Total manipulation, honestly. The king is falling for it, praising Zephyr's sacrifice and devotion to humanity. It's sickening how easily he's being played. The bishops are all bowing and promising full support, even offering to create a humanitarian foundation funded by the raid profits. Someone sees through it all. A blonde dude realizes they walked right into Zephyr's trap and is furious. He admits he expected Zephyr to interfere, but not to this extent, and reveals he used various methods to set this up. This dude is seriously scheming, and I have a feeling things are about to get real messy. Zephyr is all smiles and it's creepy. He's definitely playing the long game and our boy is in deep trouble. This blonde dude is straight up accusing Zephyr of manipulating everyone, saying he set this whole thing up, but Zephyr just smiles and claims it's all divine will. Okay, so our boy discovers a super common tactic. The big guys always try to crush anyone smaller than them. He needs funds for a raid, but the bureaucracy is a nightmare. It's like pulling teeth to get anything approved. They approve a tiny fraction of his request, then add insult to injury by sending sick troops and saboteurs. Straight up, they're intentionally trying to make his raid fail, so he's losing key members to other parties. But the costs don't stop there. Renting decent gear for a tough dungeon runs into the hundreds of thousands of gold. And if someone artificially inflates the prices, like with the Shining Lance, the gear becomes even more expensive. Then you need special enchantments tailored to the monsters, plus custom-made gear. It's a never-ending money pit. This dude is getting squeezed from all sides. It's not just about the gold, it's about being deliberately undermined. However, it's not just money. They're actively sabotaging his efforts, sending in weaklings to ruin everything. No way, so this is the system. It's rigged against anyone who isn't already powerful, honestly. So losing money and support is basically a death sentence for any raid party. Harsh, but true. Our boy isn't worried. He's intrigued by whoever is making all this happen. He gets close to the person behind it all, and bro, this dude's eyes are straight up glowing red. This dude casually asks why the other guy looks so angry, then gets lightly tapped on the cheek. Our boy's eyes flash a little orange spark, and he's clearly not amused by the tap. He's staring intensely, and you can tell something big is about to go down. However, it's not a fight. He's getting a vision of a gate opening in the south. And when a massive, bloody sandstorm rolls in from the east, that gate is going to unleash something terrifying. This is it. The final showdown is coming, and it's going to be epic. Seriously, the atmosphere is insane, and it feels like everything is about to change. Okay, so an angel appears and lays down the prophecy. Knights of the end times are coming. No pressure. The angel tells him to get the 5 stars of the dragons to stop the calamity, but it's tied to a sword he already has. He remembers getting the Sword of Light, and it unlocks a power-up. Lightning is surging through him. It's intense. This dude declares he can't give the stars to anyone else, especially Cardinal, and things get real serious. Suddenly, the Cardinal is all like, "I'll help," and our boy is giving him the side-eye. Trust issues are strong. However, the Cardinal straight up grabs his arm, and our boy doesn't seem thrilled about the physical contact. He accepts the help, but it's clear he's still suspicious. This alliance feels tense. The Cardinal thanks him, but bro, this whole situation is screaming betrayal. I'm on edge. And then the dude's eye glows red, and honestly, it's super creepy and unsettling. He says nothing, just a silent, intense stare. This is a masterclass in building suspense. A carriage clops along, but our boy is inside brooding. He's not happy about how things went down. He thinks the guy who just died ended things gracefully, but then he realizes the Cardinal wants the dragon heart too. This dude declares he's the only one who gets to decide who receives the dragon hearts, and it's clear he doesn't trust the Cardinal. He wonders if the Cardinal is trying to beef up his raid party to take him on. This is getting personal. Okay, so the dragon hearts were originally 1, and you need all 7 to combine them. Talk about a scavenger hunt. Without all 7, they're useless, which means the Cardinal probably doesn't have a full set either. The Cardinal starts laughing, a full-on maniacal laugh, and our boy is definitely picking up some villain vibes. Staring out the window, and honestly, this dude looks seriously determined. He's not backing down. He's piecing everything together, and it seems the Cardinal went to a lot of trouble to get this far. The Cardinal's laugh continues, and it's chilling. This is shaping up to be a huge conflict. Okay, so the big bad is prepping to summon Tardaris, but he's super chill about a slight hitch. Talk about overconfident. Suddenly, a mysterious kid with a giant hammer bursts onto the scene, demanding to know who this dude is. The kid asks if he knows his master, and then drops a note revealing Zephyr entered the Silver Key. Wait, what? A golden figure appears, declaring himself an old friend of Nemashna. This is getting complicated. He asks if our boy misses Nemashna, then offers to reveal a way for them to meet again. Smooth move, golden guy. The golden figure says he knows a way for our boy to see her, and honestly, it's a little too easy. Kid with the hammer stares intently, and the golden figure casually reveals he handled the Cardinal well. What's the catch? He admits they lost some profits, but they still have the dragon heart, so that's what the Cardinal wanted all along. And the golden figure's holding the key, the same one from the note. This is a seriously tangled web. He's got a plan, and it involves reuniting our boy with Nemashna, but something feels off with this whole situation. Someone's questioning why Lord Zephyr seems so pleased after someone just got wrecked. Talk about suspicious. They demand to know if this whole thing was part of Zephyr's plan, and honestly, that's a really good question. Okay, so everyone's prepping for the Ice Dragon raid, and the menu is intense. Blue Dragon bourguignon, straight up dragon meat. They're serving up boneless blue dragon steak with a side of asparagus. Apparently, dragon meat is super nutritious and boosts everything. Our boy's laying down the law, eat up, because this next mission is gonna be brutal, fighting in the snow no less. This dude's wiping his hands, looking all serious, and talking about how this raid is different than the Blue Dragon one. Everyone's digging in, and it's a full-on feast, glasses clinking, and all seriously, look at the spread. The redhead's loving the dragon meat, saying it's so good, while a little kid is absolutely mesmerized by it. Apparently, it doesn't just give you strength, it boosts your mana, endurance, senses, and even elemental resistance. Someone asks why their cook was hiding his skills, wondering if he was afraid they'd ask for food all the time. They're all gearing up, knowing they're about to be extremely busy again and need to save their strength. But honestly, the redhead is questioning everything, asking if she was wrong to not ask for more meals. Zephyr's getting grilled about this plan, and apparently Erdi isn't even here today. Suspicious, right? The redhead straight up refuses the dragon meat, claiming a stomachache, but everyone's side-eyeing him hard. Someone's zooming in on a mysterious eye, and honestly, it's giving major villain vibes. Two guys are having a private chat, and this blonde dude is clearly plotting something shady. He's muttering about getting rid of someone. No way is that good sign. The auction catalog arrives, and it's packed with rare items, promising a wild haul. This blonde dude explains the auction rules. Time is money, and submitting items takes forever. He casually mentions items are also treated, like this is some exclusive club. So our boy's assessing the damage from the dragon raid, checking out some ancient scrolls. But these scrolls detail how time is a valuable resource, and they need to use it wisely. They're strategizing, realizing the preliminary auction list is gold. Items haven't even hit the block yet. It takes 6 months for an item to actually be auctioned, so they gotta snag stuff early. It's a race against time. Our boy is thinking hard, trying to remember what was useful during the Ice Dragon raid in his past life. He's desperate for those memories, but unfortunately he's drawing a total blank. This is bad news, bro. However, it hits him there wasn't an Ice Dragon raid in his previous life. Straight up never happened. And we get a flashback, a massive dragon stomps down, creating a huge ice crater. It's terrifying. Dragon is decked out in armor, looking absolutely menacing, and honestly, this dude looks unkillable. So this dude is realizing he's flying blind, no past experience to help him, no cheat codes this time around. He needs to figure out what to buy at the auction, but with 0 memories, it's a total shot in the dark. Our boy is determined to make the most of this preliminary list, knowing he can't cancel registrations later. Erdi suddenly bolts, leaving everyone shocked. Apparently the princess is worried about the dragons. Someone tries to stop him, yelling Erdi, but he's already gone, determined to face those beasts. We cut to him walking through an icy fortress, taking deliberate steps deeper inside. It's super ominous. He's marching forward, sword at the ready, and honestly, the atmosphere is thick with tension. A massive door looms ahead, and this dude is about to throw it open. Prepare for a showdown. The doors creak open, revealing a blinding light, and Erdi steps into the unknown. It's intense. Voice booms, "Who are you?" And Erdi pauses, sword raised, ready to respond to the challenge. Our boy's about to face whatever's behind those doors, and you just know it's going to be epic. She's radiating power, straight up calling Erdi arrogant, talk about a cold reception. She leaps at him fast as lightning, and it's a full-on ice attack. Whoa. He barely dodges, but she's already got him cornered, and now she smells his sister. She accuses his sister of taking in another human, but Erdi's not having it. She's wasting time. She asks what he wants, giving him 2 options: test his power or claim the Dragon Slayer title. A blade of light appears, sparkling, and she's definitely sizing him up. This is getting real. She's about to strike, and honestly, it looks like Erdi is in serious trouble. However, he's actually been playing it cool, and she's shocked. He's way stronger than she thought. He's got her pinned and the power shift is insane. This dude just flipped the script. But she's not going down without a fight, and this battle is far from over, trust me. She lays down the rules, take her on and get whatever he wants, but he has to beat her. Birdie can't even process that, and honestly, his eyes are going wild with shock. She smirks, revealing she only wanted a worthy opponent to push her luck. No way. His heart pounds because all Erdi ever wanted was to protect his master and the dragons. He craves battle and these crimson blades erupt, promising a fight that's about to get intense. This dude is going all out, unleashing a furious attack with some serious energy building up. He stomps down, sending out a shockwave. This fight is getting intense, no joke. But the Ice Dragon Queen just spins through the attack like it's nothing, straight up mocking him. She's delivering a flurry of blows, and honestly, our boy is getting wrecked fast. The Dragon Queen casually talks trash, saying dragons are the strongest beings out there. She snaps a piece of ice in half, showing off how easily she can control everything. Her hand cracks the frozen ground, and the sheer power is terrifying, bro. She's demanding at least 7 magic blades to even challenge her. Talk about overconfidence. However, our boy isn't backing down. He's ready to face whatever she throws at him. He's gearing up for another fight, but this time, he needs some serious firepower to win. He's absolutely demolished, but he's still standing, barely, fueled by pure rage and desperation. The Ice Dragon Queen unleashes a massive attack, destroying the castle behind them with ice and force. He finally gets to eat, tearing into a cooked fish like a wild animal. It's kinda disturbing, honestly. The Ice Dragon Queen finds an old key her father gave her, and it sparks a conversation about tools. They're chilling by the fire, enjoying their fish, but the queen is already drifting off to sleep. Our boy is shocked awake by her snoring. Seriously, this girl can sleep through anything. The Dragon Queen reveals that even showing a little power is enough to break most human spirits. However, she acknowledges that the disciples of Nemashna are different, always pushing boundaries. She's clearly sizing up our boy, wondering if he's one of those unusual disciples, and it's kinda creepy. 20 years ago, this dude saw something truly terrifying. It still messes with him. But even shaken, he finds the courage to fight his fears and prepares for another clash. The swords collide with a massive clash, and it's all-out war between them again. This dude is analyzing everything, angles, timing, mana. He's trying to break through. He feels like he's on the verge of a breakthrough and pushes himself even harder. He's so close, demanding to know what more he needs to reach the next level. He's questioning everything, even his center of gravity, desperately seeking an edge. Our boy is almost there, pushing past the pain, and a blinding light erupts around him. He's almost there, and honestly, the power-up is looking epic, straight up. He unleashes this insane power, but it doesn't even faze the Demon King. It's kinda pathetic, honestly. But the Demon King just laughs, saying it doesn't matter, and is clearly enjoying the fight way too much. He's blasting energy everywhere, and it's a beautiful, chaotic mess of red and blue, but still ineffective. The Demon King deflects everything, then launches a counterattack. It's brutal and fast. He's getting tossed around like a rag doll, but he's still grinning, and it's honestly terrifying. This dude's power is surging toward the moon, like he's trying to overload the whole sky. He's powering up, channeling everything he has into one massive blast, but it's a desperate gamble. The Demon King just casually swats the attack away. No way, it's a total power mismatch. He's sent flying, smashing through a ceiling, and is straight up exhausted, collapsing in a heap. It's the full moon again, and he realizes 3 months have passed since whatever happened before. He's smirking, all cocky after barely surviving, and the old man tells him to come back in 2 months. But he totally forgot about the princess. Talk about a major oversight, bro. He's teleported to this icy cave, and this ethereal woman is just floating there, looking majestic. She wants him to come and take a look at this, and honestly, it's super creepy. He's crawling towards her, desperate to know what she's showing off, and she's just standing there. His eyes widen, something's happening, and it looks important, but what is it? She reveals a stunning aurora, asking if he's ever seen anything so beautiful. It's a total mood shift. She's all, "Is this your first time seeing this?" And it's a little condescending, not gonna lie. She gestures for him to sit, but it feels like a trap. This is way too easy. She asks if he thinks this is his first time, and honestly, we're all wondering the same thing. She wants him to see it again, and honestly, it's a flashback to the 7 dragons' origins. These dragons were born over centuries, each possessing a piece of the heart, a mix of white and blue. He flinches, reacting to something, and a piece of blue energy cracks across his face. Ouch. This dude's getting hit with visions, seeing the dragon's power and feeling their pain. No way. The woman explains that the dragon's hearts were broken, and he's suddenly understanding everything. But it's not just a history lesson. She reveals he was one of those dragons in a past life. Okay, so things are bad. This ancient dude is dropping some serious prophecy about dragons and the Tree of Life. He's revealing that when the last day hits, everyone will become a puppet of the god of destruction. No free will at all. This guy is sealing the knowledge of this doom, determined no one should know until it's too late, claiming death is the only way out. But here's the twist: the white dragon Nemashna is chilling in the body of a lizard, struggling to even move. As a result of this ridiculous situation, she's somehow gotten a second chance at life, which is wild. Her master calls out, but it's clear her body is failing, pushing her to her absolute limit. She's telling him not to be surprised because of a spell she cast on herself, a last-ditch effort. After she dies, her body will keep moving briefly, enough time to deliver her final words, a hidden promise. She wants him to seek out Princess Altair, revealing the truth behind her restrictions and a crucial mission. Honestly, this whole situation is insane. A dragon lizard, a sealed prophecy, and a desperate last message. Erdi is apparently way too kind for this mission, which is concerning, honestly. She's worried if she doesn't tell Erdi the full truth, he won't be able to finish the job. She begs him to protect Marenia and herself, straight up pleading for her life. This whole scene is happening under a crazy starry sky, and it's giving me chills. But wait, she's revealing she willingly endured months of agonizing pain to learn the world's secrets. She wants Erdi to fulfill her final wish, but does he really have to kill her? No way. She cast a spell on herself so her body would keep moving even after death. Now it's raining and this dude is looking wrecked, collapsing in the tall grass. Erdi shouts, "Master!" It's a desperate cry and it's heartbreaking for real. She withstood excruciating pain for months, but Erdi is questioning if he can actually do what she asks. Erdi's stalling, claiming monsters are surrounding the fortress, but everyone knows he's just putting off a hard decision. He pretends to help people as an excuse, but honestly, it's getting obvious he's avoiding the princess. Then, while exploring a dungeon near Nina's territory, he stumbles upon something huge and familiar. He recognizes it instantly. It's exactly what his master warned him about, and his face says it all. Turns out this isn't just a summoning altar, there's a whole network of them, radiating power. Erdi realizes he can stop the summoning of the god of destruction by destroying these altars. It's a risky plan. No hesitation though, he goes all out, unleashing a massive blast of energy and obliterating the first altar. The real kicker: by destroying the altars, he avoids having to kill any dragons at all. Genius. He and the princess are embracing, and it's a genuinely sweet moment amidst all the chaos and destruction. This dude finally figured out a way to save everyone, and honestly, it's about time. Erdi's laying down the law. Any plan relying on his own strength is a delusion, straight up. He wants to work with someone and he's giving them a challenge, prove they're worthy of his time. We get a gorgeous overhead shot of Lindel Fortress Alair's territory, because it's about to be important. He's introduced to Lord Erdios, a former student of his master, and Erdi demands he be given a chance. Erdi declares he needs to prove himself by either killing or persuading Artalis, no pressure or anything. If he succeeds, Erdi says he'll gladly work with Erdios, and honestly the bar is set pretty low. Erdi admits he's a man and can't rely solely on Marenia for everything. His pride won't allow it. For a year after that, Erdi goes on a rampage, clearing every dungeon he can find. He's battling hordes of monsters, swinging his sword like a madman, and it's epic. Erdi is working hard, and it's all to show he's not helpless. This dude is serious about proving himself. Erdi's laying out his plan. He's pretending to help the Princess Raid to win her over, but it's a total setup. He's worried the blue dragon is poisoned and will rampage if provoked, which is a lot. Erdi decides to go with the raid party for safety, and honestly, smart move, bro. He's explaining everything to a woman who's clearly funding this whole operation, and she seems pleased. She's bragging about the investment for the Blue Dragon raid, and Erdi's just casually accepting the praise. A mercenary named Ralph shows up, volunteering for the raid, but he's a little intense. Another guy, Fade, appears claiming he was sent by Duke Giornetti and immediately asks about payment. All the preparations are going smoothly, and we see a shadowy figure observing from afar. Uh-oh. Ertie's thinking everything is going according to plan, and honestly it kinda is. But this smooth operation is making me nervous. Something's about to go wrong. I can feel it. The Blue Dragon raid officially begins. A signal blasts and everyone's moving out. A powerful warrior and a younger knight are sprinting forward, but the knight's not letting the warrior take the lead. Ertie's planning to get close to the Blue Dragon while everyone's distracted fighting. Seriously risky. He's got a special blade, the magic sacrificial blade that heals others, but at a cost. Ertie intends to heal the Blue Dragon, thinking he can then talk to her, but things are about to get complicated. However, the reality isn't so simple. Something's wrong with the energy surrounding the dragon. The Blue Dragon is absolutely massive and radiating dark energy. This isn't a normal beast. Knight charges, swinging her blade, but it barely scratches the dragon, no way. Ertie's realizing the situation is way more dangerous than he thought, and he's scrambling to adapt. Ortalis briefly regains consciousness, but it's not looking good. She's totally wrecked. She's down for the count straight up, and Ertie realizes he underestimated this fight big time. Okay, so the big goal right now is taking down these summoning altars, and Altair's raid team was all over it. But things go south fast. Someone straight up assassinates a key commander, and Fade dips out right after. Now Dariel and his sister are trying to recruit Marenia, the ice dragon, for their raid party. No way. His sister is skeptical, asking why they'd bring in a dragon, and honestly, it's probably a bad idea. They think they can lower Marenia's guard to make her easier to kill, but the plan is kinda messed up. Dariel is all about earning trust though, and explains that's the key to everything, which is a good point. However, the elves aren't buying Dariel's whole vibe, and a disagreement with Ertie leads them to leave the raid. People are whispering about Dariel, saying he doesn't act like a proper prince and did nothing when his kingdom fell. They're questioning if he can even predict the future, but Dariel doesn't seem to care what anyone thinks. Eventually, the raid party ends up being mostly people who fought with Ertie, which is a wild turn of events. Dariel is straight up spiraling, feeling anxious and questioning if he's doing the right thing by killing dragons. He wonders if his master would order senseless slaughter, but then starts questioning why he's taking the harder path. Dariel asks what happens if they don't kill the dragons, and that's when things get seriously ominous. Someone attacks a guard, Clang, and Dariel jumps in but gets hurt, which is not ideal. Dariel's attacker is revealed, and he's all like, "You've learned some martial arts since I last saw you." Rude. The attacker demands Dariel tell him everything, and Bro is not happy about it. Someone calls Dariel Fade's new ally and then asks about the Blue Dragon heart. This is a mess. Dariel is clearly conflicted, and we get a glimpse of his inner turmoil. However, he's already playing his cards and seems to know exactly what's going on. Dariel is soaking wet, standing with a mysterious woman. It's kinda creepy, honestly. He realizes he needs to build a team, but he's got some business to handle first. Turns out the business is the body of that Tardaris worshipper, and Dariel is not pleased. He's straight up furious, yelling about the item the guy had, but then calms down a bit. Dariel offers the woman a deal. He won't charge interest on the delay, which is weirdly generous. She listens intently, and Dariel asks her to work with him, but she looks shocked. Dariel is giving off major "I know more than you" vibes, and she's definitely questioning things. He explains he's been working in the shadows, and she's still confused. Fair enough, TBH. Dariel reveals he was sent back in time, and she's starting to put it together. He's laying it all out. He's here to prevent the apocalypse, and he needs her help to do it. Okay, so Dariel's assembling a team. Fade and Ertie are already on board, but Ertie is not thrilled. Apparently they all wanted revenge on someone, and Dariel needed soldiers, so it's a perfect fit mostly. But hold up, Dariel's explaining that he's got the Blue Dragon heart, and it's causing problems. The woman, who we now know as a dragon, is straight up losing it, yelling about him stealing her heart. Dariel is engulfed in blue energy, and she's attacking, but honestly, he looks kinda unfazed. Everyone's shouting, saying he doesn't stand a chance, but Dariel is just standing there, taking the hit. She's laughing, spinning around, totally dominating him. This isn't looking good for our boy. Turns out Fade and Ertie know this dragon is cunning and hides a lot behind an innocent facade. They say he's super prideful, always justifying himself, which means he won't do anything risky yet. So basically, he's playing the long game, waiting for the raid. This dude is layers upon layers. Okay, so Dariel's explaining the Silver Lion helmet. It weakens him and forces him to obey someone else's orders. But get this, he's saying he's the only one who can decide whether or not to kill his master's family. No way. Dariel announces they need to split into teams, and the auction team is heading to the capital to gather supplies. They're going to bid on items and negotiate deals with the owners. Smart move, honestly. Another team will be farming monsters to get what they need, and they're bringing Lyndall's knights with them. Someone is worried about the Duke visiting while everyone's gone, and I kinda get it. Bad timing. The final team is going to recruit people for the raid, offering membership to anyone who might be useful. But one of the guys recognizes the leader of this team, and it brings back some memories. They're all wondering if she means them, like, is she planning to strong-arm them into joining the raid? Someone is tasked with keeping an eye on the mutt, which is a choice of words, but okay. Okay, so Dariel's dropping bombshells. He hasn't seen his first and second born in ages, which is weird. Turns out they're heading to the capital to get more help for the raid, but there's another mission first. This dude Altair is a big deal. He was a human scholar who visited the Great Forest way back when. The Elf Queen wants a letter delivered to him, and our boy is happy to do it because Altair was his teacher. Good news, Altair is still alive and is actually the dean of the academy. Talk about influential. Apparently, Dean Vittle taught tons of noble families, which makes him a total power player. The queen wants him to help with the raid, and honestly, this feels like a major power move. He's sending the letter hoping Altair remembers him. This could be the key to everything. Okay, so our boy is riding a massive dragon, straight up soaring through the sky. It's epic. He's flying at full speed, dodging everything, but it's not enough. The battle's already lost. He lands and shouts a greeting, saying it's been a long time, but everyone looks confused, to say the least. Meet Philip Pilgrim, the head of the caravan. He's back from the Great Forest, and everyone's taking notice. Someone announces Pilgrim's return, but another dude is straight up annoyed, wondering what he's supposed to do. Pilgrim is greeted warmly by a woman, but he seems to be sizing up the situation. Something's off. Pilgrim's got a calculating look on his face, like he's already planning his next move, and honestly, it's intimidating. Then we meet Duke Cesar Giornetti. Apparently, he's a big deal, and everyone is wary of him. Someone else is watching, and they're clearly not thrilled about Giornetti's presence. This is getting messy. This dude is focused on the Duke, and you can tell he's already plotting something. No way this is gonna be good. Okay, so this dude is laying into the Duke, saying his sketchy investments caused a huge crisis 12 years ago. He claims Olden's fraud ruined his family, but it's way more than just personal. It created a massive economic bubble. This guy isn't holding back, straight up saying the Duke enabled a con man and wrecked everything. He's dropping bombshells. Apparently, the Duke abandoned everything to support the human resistance army. A woman arrives, totally surprised by the Duke's sudden appearance. She was just hoping for a little help. But here's the kicker, someone else knows the Duke's previous life, and it's all coming back to them. Turns out the Duke helped them, but it was because Lucius, a key player, was brainwashed by Olden. His son was his biggest asset, but Olden snatched him away. This is getting seriously complicated. And honestly, it's all connected. The Duke's actions, Olden's schemes, everything's falling into place. However, the dude is clearly still holding back, like there's a whole other layer to this story, and we're here for it. Okay, so Olden is straight up a master manipulator. He's been playing everyone this whole time. But it gets worse. He brainwashed the Holy One and stole something powerful from the Tardaris worshippers. He uses this stolen item to control Jinryong of the East, who couldn't keep his disciples in line. Classic power move. And honestly, it escalates quickly. Olden becomes so powerful that even the Duke can't stop him. Duke is losing it, seeing a tear roll down his face. This is a side of him we haven't seen before. But the Duke's allies think they've done him a huge favor by taking Olden out, clueless about the full picture. They assume the Duke will be grateful, but he's not impressed. This dude is seriously unreadable. The Duke just casually mentions he made time in his busy schedule to be there. Talk about a power play. However, he's actually underwhelmed by this hero. Something's definitely off with this guy. This dude is not happy and it's clear he sees through everything. The tension is insane right now. The Duke is suspicious of Lord Zephyr, questioning his youth but hearing about his dragon raid victory. Olden casually drops a bomb. He's owed money by Zephyr and everyone is starting to feel uneasy. Suddenly, we cut to the boss room and it's intense, a shadowy figure with a glowing woman trapped inside. They realize someone must have seen a clue about this weird phenomenon, and Olden is seriously considering asking Zephyr about it. But Olden pauses. He doesn't want to reveal his true intentions just yet, so he's playing the long game. He needs to figure out exactly what kind of person Zephyr is before making a move. It's all about intel. Olden taps his foot, thinking, and we're right there with him. This is a masterclass in scheming. He's telling everyone that he's only asking for a single gold piece, but it's a thinly veiled threat. The Duke is staring intently at Zephyr, and honestly, he's not buying it for a second. And it all comes back to Olden. He's the puppet master, and everyone else is just dancing to his tune. Lord Zephyr's buddy is insisting he saved his life and is the only one who can beat the ice dragon. The Duke, though, is not impressed. He's telling Zephyr to be quiet and straight up doesn't believe him. Zephyr is reading the Duke's mind, and he knows exactly how to push his buttons. Honestly, it's kinda scary. The Duke is focused on the Guild Union, revealing they've been prepping for this raid for 2 years. They've got a full team ready to go at a moment's notice. So many options for Olden, it's kinda overwhelming. Olden's sizing up Zephyr, and this dude is giving off serious "I know more than you think" vibes. Someone interrupts Olden's scheming, but he's already decided it's rude to ask for a third favor. Olden is not pleased with the interruption, and he looks seriously annoyed. No way. However, Zephyr casually deflects the request with a wave of his hand and a mysterious power. The Duke is shocked. He's completely thrown by this sudden display of power, and we are too. Zephyr is laying down a serious oath, swearing on the Sword of Light. It's a big deal, bro. He claims the Goddess of Light herself sent him, which is a bold statement, honestly. He admits he doesn't know why the Goddess would want him protecting this guy. Savage. This dude Olden is straight up mocking the Emissary of Light. Talk about a bad move. The emissary asks about the light, but then drops a serious question, wanting to know something specific. Someone just slammed a fist down, and it's clear things are getting intense real fast. The commander's losing it, wondering how everything fell apart and why none of them saw this coming. Wilhelmina, this apostle, thinks someone deliberately hid the emissary's past, and she's got a theory. She points out the timing of his arrival coincides with Olden and Jindryong's schemes, and honestly, it's suspicious. Wilhelmina is building a crazy idea. What if they faked a fight with the Holy One's forces? She thinks they pretended to be taken hostage, a perfect deception to switch sides, and it's wild. Wilhelmina explains that this would explain everything, and honestly, it's starting to make sense. Wilhelmina is realizing something huge, and her expression is a total mix of shock and understanding. This dude is losing it, straight up refusing to believe Olden could be dead. It messes with everything. He's convinced Olden's incompetence is the only explanation, and Wilhelmina looks unimpressed, to say the least. They declare it's settled, but Wilhelmina's face says she's far from buying this easy answer. Now they're focused on Princess Altair, and they absolutely cannot let her get her hands on any more dragon hearts. The commander explains it's for the Eastern Union's prosperity and, more importantly, their master's plan. Wilhelmina takes charge, promising to handle everything and keep the princess away from the ice dragon. Cut to the royal capital of KN, looking majestic as heck. It's a serious power move. Princess Altair and Lord Lucius Giornetti have arrived, and everyone is announcing their entrance. The boy is plotting, and this dude looks determined to stop the princess, no matter what. But honestly, this is where things get really interesting. Something's about to go down. The king and queen are showering Altair with praise, saying how much she's grown and how proud they are. Everyone gasps. Altair just revealed a dragon horn, and it looks seriously powerful. The king commends Altair for saving countless lives, but Wilhelmina's side-eye says she doesn't buy it. The queen declares Altair's safe return the greatest gift, but Wilhelmina's got a plan brewing. Wilhelmina steps forward, her expression unreadable. She's about to confront the king and queen. She accuses them of being busy for the last 10 years, and honestly, the tension is thick. Wilhelmina's hand starts to glow. She's unleashing some serious energy, but what for? A massive explosion rocks the throne room, and everyone's thrown back. No way. You get a super close-up of Wilhelmina's eye, and it's glowing with that same blue energy. The king and queen materialize as shadowy figures, screaming for their father and mother. This is getting wild. Wilhelmina lays it all out. She wants to postpone the celebration and use the money to help people suffering from the ice dragon. But she doesn't stop there, bro. She's requesting to join the ice dragon raid as part of the rescue team. Everyone's shocked. Apparently, the king is actually considering letting her go, which is wild. The crowd starts gossiping, remembering how much of a troublemaker Altair used to be, but things are changing. They reveal she's been secretly helping poisoned and starving people in Danakil. Our girl's got a heart of gold. Wilhelmina explains the people are still suffering because the ice dragon has frozen the port, so she has to act. She declares as a royal she can't stand by and do nothing. This is a total 180 from her past self. But wait, there's more. Wilhelmina adds one final request. She wants to join the ice dragon raid. She stares straight into the camera with intense eyes. This isn't a request, it's a declaration. And honestly, the king's order is arriving shortly, confirming Wilhelmina's place on the rescue team. Okay, so the rescue team is prepping for the raid, supplies, healers, the works, but they're only there to help if things go south. This dude Zephyr is laying down the law. If the raid team flares for help or loses over half its members, the rescue team jumps in. Kylie, the Bandit Guild's vice master, is bragging about having a dragon slayer at her disposal, like it's no big deal. But someone points out Zephyr is joining the raid, and another guy straight up loses it. He doesn't trust this dude. The guy's freaking out about Zephyr potentially fighting and the Temple of Light demanding the dragon heart, but gets roasted for his lack of brains. Zephyr is trying to mediate between Kevin and another warrior, both of whom apparently have zero patience. He thinks the whole raid will fall apart if he doesn't keep them from killing each other, and honestly, he's probably right. Zephyr demands they calm down, and it's clear he's the only one holding this whole operation together. The other two are still fuming, but Zephyr's got a grip on the situation, for now at least.